Hi, everyone, and a pleasant good day to you wherever you may be. I am Tony Abatey, and again, do apologize for the late start for us here. Fort Scott with the lead here, 9-1 over Blue Springs. We'll recap things here in just a minute. Kylie Comstock is at the free throw line for Fort Scott. Free throw is good. So 5:48 left to go here in the first quarter. Second free throw is no good. That foul was called on Julie Wegner, I believe, of Blue Springs. 23 on the board, but I think it was 22 that had the foul there. So Kennedy Smith with her second foul. And we're going to get one more free throw here for Raven Kegler. With a lane violation there, it looks like, on Blue Springs. Second free throw is good. So 12-1. Fort Scott on top of Blue Springs here in the early going. Lorraine Robinson just had the ball and threw it away for Blue Springs. She's the one to watch for the Lady Wildcats. She was looking at their Twitter for some information the other night, and she passed into the 1,000-point club. That is a really clunky way of saying that, but she is a part of the 1,000-point club in Blue Springs high school history now after a game just a few days ago. Here's a three-pointer from Allie Brown. It doesn't go. Rebound on the backside for Fort Scott. Keegan Yarick got that one, puts one up. That one misses. Another opportunity for the Lady Tigers, and now it's knocked out of bounds. .440 to go here in the first quarter. Again, thanks for joining us on Duckbait TV. The first quarter today is brought to you by Edward Jones financial advisor Jamie Armstrong. I'll tell you more about Jamie as we go along and the rest of our sponsors here this morning. You have games in the afternoon, sometimes in the evening. Most of the time, it's hard to say this morning, but it is this morning for both the Fort Scott teams. Another foul there on Blue Springs. It'll be on Lorraine Robinson. Shot doesn't go for Fort Scott. Back out. Three-pointer on the way from Keegan, and that one goes. So a quick start for the Lady Tigers here. That's been missing the last few games, and it hurt him yesterday against Nevada. Here's a layup try. That one doesn't go. Rebound taken by Fort Scott. Now we got a whistle, and they're going to get a turnover on Fort Scott. So J.C. Rogers will check in for the Lady Tigers. Raven will come out for a quick breather. Shot there is good by Jayla Cornelius. So she gets her first points of the morning. 15-3 now. Fort Scott still out on top. Three-pointer from Allie Brown. That one is a little too strong. Nice putback opportunity. It's no good. A second putback Again, no good. Another opportunity for Fort Scott. Another miss. Another putback. And another miss. So several in a row there for the Lady Tigers. And now we got a whistle. Looks like a foul away from the ball on Blue Springs. So it'll be, that's the 5th foul. That should be free throws for Fort Scott. We get a line change here for Blue Springs. It's the J.C. Rogers will be at the free throw line. And makes the first. Kylie Comstock checks out as Claire McElroy comes in for Fort Scott. So missed the first, made the second. And now Jayla Cornelius. I may have misspoke earlier. Jayla Cornelius is the one who has, for Blue Springs, that is in the 1,000-point club. She does not have any points yet. Actually, she does have 2. And now a steal for Fort Scott. Keegan Yark comes back the other way. That one's no good. .223 to go here in the first quarter. Quick sub for the Lady Tigers. So we'll get Aubrey Yarrick into the game. Allie Brown will check out for the moment. Blue Springs has a number 5 on the floor, but they do not have a number 5 on their roster. So not quite sure who that is. We got a foul here on Fort Scott. It'll be on Abby Gorman. Looks like Fort Scott is trying that box and one again a little bit, with the one being Jayla Cornelius. Allie Brown checks back in as Gorman will come out for a moment. And now a foul looks like on Allie. 1:45 to go. Inbounds play comes in, and his shot is no good, but a foul. And Harper Lisk, I believe, will be going to the free throw line. Foul's going to be on J.C. Rogers. Her first. Now Harper Lisk at the free throw line. Kylie Comstock will come back in. Rogers will check out. Second free throw is no good. Chase down in the corner, and they'll get the ball back to Fort Scott. So 16-4. Lady Tigers with the lead, 1:43 to go here in the first quarter. Pass goes, ball goes into the corner, three-pointer on the way. That one's good for Kylie Comstock. Excuse me, not Kylie. Keegan Yarrick with the three there. So 19-4, and now we got a whistle at the other end. And it looks like an offensive foul going to be called on Blue Springs. Ray Robinson, her second. And it'll give the ball back to Fort Scott with 1:11 to go here in the first quarter. 19-4, Lady Tigers with the lead here in the first quarter of play here in the third place game at the Four States Classic here in Frontenac. Three-pointer on the way from Keegan, no good. Put back by Kylie is good, though. And that'll make it 21-4. What a start for the Lady Tigers here in this one. Cornelius drives to the lane, shot there, doesn't go. Rebound Fort Scott. Three on the way is no good. And now we got a whistle on the rebound, it looks like. And it looks like Rayleigh Cowan will check in for the Lady Tigers. Keegan will come take a break before the end of the quarter. .15 seconds to go in the first quarter. Drive by Cornelius. The layup is going to be good, but they're going to wipe it away as they call her for a charge. Good defense by Fort Scott. And as the defense shifts back to offense, Keegan Yarrick will come in, replace her sister Aubrey, with 10 seconds to go in the quarter. 21-4. Fort Scott with a great start to this one here today. Pass deflected, stolen away by Caitlin Lagaman. She'll go to the other end. Layup is good. Right as the horn sounds. So right at the end of the first quarter, Blue Springs gets another bucket. It's now 21-6. Fort Scott with the lead. As we'll shift to the second quarter. Again, your first quarter today brought to you by Edward Jones financial advisor Jamie Armstrong. Edward Jones has been advising customers in the world of finance for over 100 years. Financial advisor Jamie Armstrong continues that tradition in Fort Scott. Contact Jamie by phone at 620-223-1866 or email Jamie at jamie.armstrong@edwardjones.com. Huge thanks to all of our sponsors for helping us out. As we get ready to start the second quarter. Thanks for joining us here on Duckbait TV. We got video today, at least for the moment, so that's a good sign, hopefully, for the remainder of the day. The five starters for Fort Scott go back out there to start this quarter. And now we got a turnover from the Lady Tigers, and now a foul at the other end. And now Abby Gorman will check out as she picks up her second foul. Inbounds play coming for Blue Springs. Three-pointer on the way. That one's good from Julia Wegner. And ball goes back here to Blue Springs. 21-9. Fort Scott with the lead. And now a foul going to be called on Raven Kegler. Her first. Inbounds play comes right back to Julia Wegner. Tries a three again. This time it's no good. And it was knocked out of bounds by Fort Scott. So it'll stay with Blue Springs. And now a whistle and a tie ball. So ball possession arrow will favor Blue Springs here. 21-9. Just underway in the second quarter. 7:08 to play. Again, thanks for joining us on Duckbait TV. Inbounds play coming in deep. Taken there by Honus. And a layup try is no good initially by Wagner, but the putback is good by Callie Ann Gruber. All of a sudden, that big lead that the Lady Tigers started with is down to 10 at 21-11 with 6:45 to go in the second quarter. Raven Kegler finds Kylie inside. Turnaround shot. Nice job by Comstock, but missed the shot. Rebound taken by Blue Springs. Pass goes left side to Lageman. Now back to Wegner. 18-footer from the top of the key. Doesn't go. Rebound batted out. Taken back by Blue Springs. It long two is good that time. And now Fort Scott's going to take a timeout. So 21-13 now as Blue Springs has come back a bit here in this second quarter. And the Lady Tigers take their first time out of the contest. Timeout was a 30-second timeout for Fort Scott. Now back in action. Allie Brown with a three-pointer in the corner, just a little bit too short. Rebound, Blue Springs. And it looks like another foul on Fort Scott here on the rebound. Keegan Yarick trying to get a steal there. And got a little bit too much for the foul. Three-pointer at the other end is no good. Rebound chased down by Lageman. And another foul on Keegan here. Her second. Those fouls starting to pile up for the Lady Tigers. Called quite a few fouls on Blue Springs in the first quarter. And evening that up overall here in the second quarter just a bit. So that's the second one on Keegan now. Here's a drive by Wegner. Shot no good. And the rebound, they're going to say, went out of bounds off of Fort Scott. Wegner grabbed the rebound and then threw it off of one of the Lady Tigers as everybody was falling towards the baseline. Nice drive to the bucket, but it's no good by Cornelius. Now Fort Scott the other way. Shot there is no good. It goes out of bounds, and they'll give it back to Blue Springs. .5:02 left to go here in the second quarter. Fort Scott with the lead, 21-13. Pass goes left side, three-pointer on the way, and that one's good for Caitlin Haynes. I believe I mispronounced that name earlier. Caitlin Haynes with the three-pointer. And all of a sudden, it's back to a 5-point game. Three-pointer on the way for Allie Brown. Doesn't go. Abby Gorman with the rebound to put back. That one doesn't go. Kylie Comstock has a shot, and she makes it. (23-16). 4 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Drive and foul. And that'll be the third foul on Keegan Yarick. So we'll see how long she will have to sit on the bench here for the remainder of the first half. Jayla Cornelius will be at the free throw line for 2. First one is good. Claire McElroy will come in for Keegan here. Second free throw on the way. That one is also good. So made them both. 23-18. Fort Scott with the lead, but it is dwindling here in the second quarter. Drive by Gorman. Shot there. A little bit too strong. Rebound Blue Springs. They get it ahead to Cornelius, and she hits the bucket. 3-point Fort Scott lead. Lady Tigers need a bucket. And now we got a whistle and a foul out front on Blue Springs, it looks like. Foul is going to be on Jayla Cornelius, and one of the teams just called a timeout. I think Blue Springs. Cornelius gets her second foul there. Blue Springs calls a timeout. Inbound, well, they tried to get it to Kylie Comstock, and Kylie went the opposite direction that Allie thought she was going to go. So a turnover for Fort Scott. Pass to the elbow. Gruber has it. Now back across to Lagaman. She'll drive in, double team there. Now kicks it across to Haynes. She'll drive to the basket. Shot is no good, but a foul on Fort Scott. And that may be the second one on Kylie Comstock. And that is the second one on Kylie. First free throw for Haynes is good. J.C. Rogers will check in, replacing Aubrey Yarick. Second free throw, that's in and out, no good. Rebound, Fort Scott. 23-21. That lead that ballooned so quickly for Fort Scott at the beginning of the game. Now down to just 2 with 2:46 to play in the first half. And another foul going to be called here on Blue Springs, it looks like. Foul on Caitlin Haynes, her first. Second one in the quarter on Blue Springs. Inbounds play comes in. They get it to Brown in the corner. Back to Raven at the top. Long 2 on the way. That one doesn't go. Fort Scott, or Blue Springs with the shot there. And Fort Scott got the rebound. Now an inbounds play here for the Tigers. They get it into Kylie, and she hits the shot from about 10 feet. (25-21). Lady Tigers with the lead. 2 minutes to play. Shot there, doesn't go. Rebound taken by Blue Springs. Another one put up there, and that one is a long two. That is good by Kaylee Lagerman. Foot just on the line. The official that was right in front of it was very adamant that that was a two-pointer. So 25-23, and now a Fort Scott turnover. And a layup at the other end is good, and a foul is going to be called. Fort Scott wanting a travel. Didn't get that. And it'll be, the foul will be on Raven Kegler. Lagerman made the shot. She'll go to the free throw line here. Free throw is no good. And Fort Scott couldn't get a hold of it as it went out of bounds. So Blue Springs will have it back with 1:20 to go in the quarter. Tied game. Three-pointer on the way. In and out, no good. Rebound, Kylie Comstock inside. Brown with a pass over to Raven Kegler, who's back on the floor now for Fort Scott. And I think we're going to get a foul on Abby Gorman here. Gorman tried to pass it off, and that'll be the third one on Gorman. So Gorman has 3, and Keegan Yarrick also has 3. Abby Gorman had a phenomenal game in the second half yesterday for Fort Scott on defense. Completely shut down Carla Swearingen of Nevada. She has struggled with the athleticism of Caitlin Lagerman here so far in this one this morning. First free throw is no good. Second one is good. With a minute 1 to go. Want to make it 26-25. Blue Springs with their first lead of the game. Three-pointer on the way from Allie Brown. It's no good. Fort Scott just can't buy a basket here in this second quarter. And they're going to get a charge. So some good defense for Fort Scott. Foul's going to go on Julia Wagner. And now Keegan Yarrick has been put in the game with those 3 fouls. 42 seconds to go. But an offensive opportunity here for the Tigers. They need a bucket. Allie Brown's got it out front. They'll try to work Keegan off a screen. Now they get it inside. Back out to Allie. Open for a long two. Too long. Nice rebound, though, by Keegan. She'll put it up there. Rolls off the rim, no good. Put back by Kylie is no good. Cameron Haynes gets the foul, her first. And Kylie Comstock goes to the free throw line for 2. Missed the first. And a couple of quick subs for the Lady Tigers. So get Keegan out. Second free throw is good. Shot there, no good. And now we got a foul on Allie Brown. She was not happy with that call. We're tied at 26. And the free throw is good. The foul was on, Allie Brown, her second. Keegan will come in here with 13 seconds to go. A little defense for offense here. Both free throws good. Eight seconds to go. They get it to Keegan inside. We got a whistle, and a foul is going to be called on Blue Springs. Callie-Ann Gruber with the foul, so her first. Two free throws coming for Yark, and she makes the first. Second free throw hit the back rim, but does fall through. And now Keegan will check out quickly for the next 4 seconds, as Raven Kegler will check back in for Fort Scott. Three-pointer is no good. And there was some contact there, and it looks like Claire McElroy may have gotten the worst of it. Check and see. Hopefully she's okay as we go to halftime, tied at 28. Fort Scott and Blue Springs. Great first quarter for the Lady Tigers. Second quarter belonged to the Lady Wildcats. And that's where we're at right now. 28-28 is your score here at half. Again, we got some great partners here that really help us out, do a lot of really great things for us. H2 Painting LLC, the right way, the first time. Look them up on Facebook at facebook.com/H2PaintingSEK or call them at 620-605-2769. Joey Fritter is a loan officer with Open Mortgage. Open Mortgage is a multi-channel mortgage lender believing that better is possible, constantly striving to bring a better mortgage experience to everyone. Joey can assist you in buying a home from start to finish. Her office is located at 1 East Wall Street in Fort Scott. Call today to get pre-qualified for a home loan at 620-644-8146. State Farm agent Cale Nelson is your local agent for home and auto. Contact Cale for a quote by visiting Cale's website at calenelson.com or give him a call at 620-223-2828. Chad Cousins is your local 1842 Wealth Management Financial Advisor. Contact Chad for more information by email at chad@1842wealth.com or call Chad at 620-215-9240. Highway 3 has modern personalized fleece name blankets along with fun and unique personalized gifts. You can also now find Highway 3 products at several retail stores in the area. For more information, follow their Facebook page at facebook.com/shophighway3 or check out their website, shophighway3.com. Liberty Savings has been in Fort Scott since 1919, helping community members with their banking needs for over 100 years. Visit them at 24 South Judson or call 620-223-0300. Edward Jones has been advising customers in the world of finance for over 100 years. Financial advisor Jamie Armstrong continues that tradition in Fort Scott. Contact Jamie by phone at 620-223-1866 or email Jamie at jamie.armstrong@edwardjones.com. Again, a huge thanks to everyone out there watching. A huge thanks to our sponsors for helping us out. Thanks for joining us here on Duckbait TV. A little bit of a clunky start for us, but we're on and going now, and we definitely appreciate you tuning in as we've got a good one here for the Fort Scott Lady Tigers as they had a really good start to the first half of this one. If I can do this without messing things up. The Lady Tigers outscored Blue Springs in the first quarter 21-6, but then Blue Springs came back and outscored the Lady Tigers 22-7 in the second quarter, and that's why we're tied here at the break, 28-28. Let's take a look at the leading scorers so far for both teams. Fort Scott is being led, no surprise, by Keegan Yarrick with 12. Kylie Comstock has 10. Allie Brown with 3. Raven Kegler with 2. And J.C. Rogers with 1. On the other side for Blue Springs, they do not have a player in double figures just yet. They're being led by Caitlin Lagaman, who's got 7. Caitlin Haynes with 6. Jayla Cornelius with 6. Took her a while to get going in this one. Again, she's the one just a few games ago was able to pass the 1,000-point threshold for Blue Springs in her career as a Lady Wildcat. So she's definitely the main star of the team. They've got several players, obviously, that are very good, but she's definitely the biggest star of the team. And then Fort Scott's done a pretty good job on her with only 6 here in the first half. Julia Wegner has 4. Callie Ann Gruber has 4, and Harper Lisk has 1. So that all adds up to 28 for Blue Springs. Of course, Fort Scott with 28 as well, and we are tied here at the break. We've got boys basketball coming up for you here in just a little bit as well. With all this long break in between games the last 2 nights for Fort Scott, we've got a traditional back-to-back doubleheader for the Tigers and Lady Tigers here. Girls, of course, on the court right now. Boys will follow them with the boys' third-place game. That one's scheduled to start at 11:30, but it'll be right after this one here. So we'll do our typical thing at the end of this one. We'll close the girls' game out, stop the broadcast there, and then start the broadcast over with the boys coming up second. So if you're looking for Fort Scott Tiger boys basketball, we'll have that for you coming up in just a little bit as well, as they will take on Life Prep Academy, a prep school out of Wichita, in the third-place game on the boys' side of the bracket. Looks to be a pretty tough contest there for Fort Scott's boys. Both of these teams have Fort Scott loves to come to this tournament because of the competition, and they've gotten some really good competition here. Lady Tigers beat Lafayette on the first night by about 30, and Lafayette out of Wildwood, Missouri, which is a suburb of St. Louis, and had a pretty good game in that one. Then yesterday, they lost by 1 point to Nevada. It was a heart-wrenching loss for Fort Scott as they were leading. Clara Swearingen got loose, put up a shot. There was, 2-3 seconds left. You figured that Nevada would go to their star, Clara Swearingen. Fort Scott had it defensed incredibly well. Clara Swearingen put a shot up. It hit the side of the backboard, and I don't know how, but it came right back to Swearingen. She was able to grab it, make one dribble, put up the shot at the buzzer, and it went in for Nevada's win. So a very tough loss for Fort Scott as they lose by 1 yesterday. Very similar to their loss to Topeka Hayden in the sub-state championship game last year at the Tiger Dome on a last-second shot. So we'll see if they can get that turned around here. This one we figured would be a pretty good one as well against Blue Springs. They don't have as good a record this year as they've had in the past, but they still have some good athletes. And, of course, playing, not sure what league that is on the Missouri side in Kansas City there, but they definitely have some athletes and some good competition that they've gone up against this season. And they're definitely a formidable opponent here for the Lady Tigers. And this is the point. You know what you're going to get in the SCK each night. There's good teams. There's teams that aren't so good there in the SCK. But you kind of know going forward, okay, these players are coming back for this team. These players are graduating for this team, and because you know those teams. The cool thing about Fort Scott, or about this tournament, is you play teams that you don't see very often. The only team, I guess you could consider Nevada a local team, even though they're in Missouri, but the only other one is Frontenac, and they're a team that Fort Scott's not going to see very often because they're in different classes and different leagues. So definitely a good thing, and that's what you're going to get at the state tournament. You're going to get different opponents that you don't see very often, so that's what you want to test yourself. We're underway here in the second half of play. Fort Scott with the basketball. First shot there is no good. Rebound comes down to Blue Springs, and they shoot and miss on the other end. Fort Scott with the basketball. Kick it back to Gorman. She's had a tough start to this one. Turnaround shot inside is no good, but a foul. On Blue Springs. Kylie Comstock at the line for the Lady Tigers, and she makes the first free throw. And I believe is the third foul on Julia Wegner. And Kylie makes both free throws. Shot there for Wegner, and it's no good. Rebound on the backside for Fort Scott. (30-28). Fort Scott with the lead and the basketball here, just underway in the third quarter. Abby Gorman has it. Now over to Allie Brown. I'll get it over to Keegan. Three-pointer on the way from Keegan. No good, but nice job by Kylie to get the rebound inside, put one up, and it goes! She got the foul also. Foul is on Callie Ann Gruber. And her fourth foul. I missed a couple on her in this one. Free throw is good. So the old-fashioned three-point play gives the Lady Tigers a 5-point lead here. (33-28) to start the quarter. And another turnover for Blue Springs. So Fort Scott's ramping up that defense a little bit here. Over to Keegan. Layup is good. Got to get Keegan going a little bit more here in the second half. She has 14. She's got the second leading scorer, just with those 3 fouls, it doesn't seem like she's been on the court all that often here in this first half. She has 14. Kylie has 15. And there's a nice little crossover move and shot by Jayla Cornelius. Blue Springs on the board here in the second half now. 5:35 to go in this third quarter. Fort Scott with the lead by 5 and the basketball, and they're going to call a double dribble on Fort Scott. Go back over here to Blue Springs. Cornelius brings it across the timeline. She'll go right side with the pass to Wegner. Now it's inside, back out. And another Fort Scott steal. Shot is good, and another foul. So another three-point play here for Fort Scott. That'll be on Julia Cornelius, her third. But Kylie Comstock has done a pretty good job. Well, they changed the foul. It's on Larry Robinson. And the free throw is good. 38-30. .433 to go, and now it looks like a foul on Fort Scott. It'll be their first foul of the quarter, and that is the fourth foul on Keegan Yarick. And they'll get a quick sub as Keegan will have to come out. Might have to come out for the rest of the third quarter here. J.C. Rogers will check in for her. And then a travel on the inbounds play. We'll give the ball back to Fort Scott. 4:32 left to go here in the third quarter. Brown will walk it up the court for Fort Scott. Gets it across the timeline. They'll go to Gorman on the right side wing. Abby's got it there. She'll dribble back to the top now around the horn and gets it back. Oh, nice move by Allie to get open. Drives under the basket, puts the floater up there. It doesn't go. Comstock with another put back, and that one goes. 20 points for Kylie Comstock. He's also got 8 rebounds in this one. 40-30. That lead back out to 10 for Fort Scott. We're now under halfway through the third quarter. Layup is good, and a foul on Fort Scott. Well, Fort Scott doesn't have a 13. So it's on Kylie Comstock, 23. It's a third one on Kylie. And the free throw for Cornelius is good. She makes good on the three-point play. Lead back down to 7 for the Lady Tigers. Pass goes inside to Kylie. They're trying to create some space. And a foul is going to be called before the shot on Kennedy Smith. Will pick up her third foul here. Pass goes into Kylie. Shot is good, and another foul. Blue Springs upset that they called the foul on Jayla Cornelius. See, the free throw was good, so the lead back out to 10 for Fort Scott. Three-pointer no good. Kylie Comstock with another bucket for Fort Scott. 45-33. Kylie Comstock, 25 points for Fort Scott. Gets another rebound there after a missed three-pointer on the other end. And it looks like a foul here on Fort Scott. Kylie will get a standing ovation here as she will come out for a quick breather. As well she should. Aubrey Yarick will check in for her here. Drive in by Julia Wegner, and she hits the shot. Wide open, Abby Gorman at the other end for three. Got it to go! 50-35, Fort Scott with the lead. .148 to go. Pass goes inside for Blue Springs. Shot there, doesn't go. Rebound taken away, and now we got a whistle, and it looks like a foul on Fort Scott. Now it's the Tiger fans' chance to complain about the officials. Foul on J.C. Rogers. Cameron Hayes missed the first free throw. Second one on the way. That one is good. So 50-36 now. Fort Scott with the lead. Foul's going to go on Caitlin Haynes at the other end, her second. And that'll put J.C. Rogers at the free throw line. 4-2, and first one rolls in there. Second one is also good. And that makes it 52-36. Fort Scott with the lead here, late third quarter. 1:25 to go. Pass goes into the corner for Blue Springs. Now back out to the top. In the hands there of Jayla Cornelius. And she hits the shot. Ball deflected out of bounds. .57 seconds to go in the quarter. Now Kylie Comstock will check back in here quickly. Aubrey Yarick will come out. Fort Scott with an inbound play. Again, 57 seconds to play in the quarter. Nice job. They get it right to Kylie. Missed the shot, but a foul going to be called, and that might be the fourth one on Jayla Cornelius. Well, she will pick up her fourth foul, and Kylie Comstock will go to the line for two. First free throw is good. Coach Spigarelli still giving the officials a hard time over some foul calls. And they're going to leave. Looks like they're going to leave Cornelius on the floor with those 4 fouls. They're going to sub out Callie-Ann Gruber. Second free throw is no good. 53-38. Quickly to the other end. And that'll be foul on Kylie Comstock, and it'll be her 4th. First free throw is good here for Wegner. Second one also good. (53-40). Fort Scott with the ball here. Drive by Allie Brown, no good. Rebound inside and another foul. Second foul called on Caitlin Lageman. And first free throw is no good here by Claire McElroy. 53-40, 13-point lead for Fort Scott. Second free throw is good. So 54-40. Wildcats with the ball. They will put up a shot. I thought maybe they would save for one shot in the quarter, but no. They put one up. A nice rebound by Fort Scott, and they're going to have an opportunity here. 7 seconds, and we got a whistle, and now a foul is going to be called. Some heavy defense there from Caitlin Lageman, and she will pick up her 3rd foul. Allie Brown. She asked for an explanation, and she got one from the official. Looked like a fairly calm. And the free throw is good. And if I'm remembering things correctly from my time over in Nevada, things are called a bit tighter in Kansas. So that's something that the Missouri teams have to kind of adjust to. As Allie hits both free throws there. And the clock runs out. We'll go to the 4th quarter. But, again, that's something that the Missouri teams have to kind of adjust to when they come over here to this Frontenac tournament. Things get called a little bit tighter here in Kansas for the most part. And which basically means you can't be as physical as you could during your regular league play and stuff like that. So a tough one there for Blue Springs, but Fort Scott has the lead again. It is a 16-point lead. After a tough second quarter, saw the game end up tied there at the end of the first half. It's now a 16-point lead for the Lady Tigers again, 56-40, as we move on to the 4th quarter here this morning. And what a game looks like Fort Scott's going to start the quarter with the 5 that were on the floor just a few moments ago. Abby Gorman, Allie Brown, Claire McElroy, Aubrey Yarrick, and J.C. Rogers are starting this quarter for Fort Scott. Try to save some fouls. 26 points right now for Kylie Comstock, And I've got her with 9 rebounds, so she's 1 rebound away from a double-double. She had one at the beginning of the season. Now we got a whistle and a foul going to be called on Fort Scott. But hasn't had a double-double since. She's got 1 rebound left. We'll see if she can get that as we go on. This foul's going to be on Aubrey Yark, her first. Inbound play coming for Blue Springs. Pass deflected by Abby Gorman. What a play by Gorman. She'll get the ball stolen away there. Down the floor. Oh, passed a little bit too far, and it's going to go out of bounds. So tough luck there for the Lady Tigers. Great play by Abby Gorman to get the steal. And then Fort Scott with the turnover at the other end. Kind of washed it away a little bit, but still, great defense by Abby Gorman. 3-pointer on the way is good from Jayla Cornelius. And another foul called on Blue Springs. Caitlin Haynes will pick up foul number 3. Fort Scott with an inbound play here. Gorman right in front of her coaching staff. Looks to get it in. Does get it to Rogers. Lost it for a moment, but gets it back. Now kicks it over to Brown. A long 2, no good. And rebound Blue Springs. A foul on Fort Scott. The second foul on Yark, and now free throws coming. Julia Wegner at the free throw line for 2. Missed them both, though. And Fort Scott turnover. All the way to the other end. Shot is going to be good, and the foul. Keegan and Kylie both come in here. 6:46 to go. Free throw is good, and that'll make it a 10-point game at 56 to 46. Quickly down the court, and his shot is good, and now Fort Scott's going to take a timeout. So full timeout for Fort Scott. We saw this in the first half. Lady Tigers got a huge lead, a lot of momentum in the first quarter, had a big lead at the end of the first quarter. Blue Springs brought it back, had it tied at the break. Fort Scott gets this out. I believe it was 16 at the beginning of the quarter, or at the end of the third quarter, and now Blue Springs has come back to make it 56 to 48. Brown with the ball out front, and we'll get a foul here. And another one is going to go on Caitlin Haynes. That'll be 4th on her. Coach Bigarelli not happy, and you know, like I said, and that's something that Coach Bigarelli should know. They come here quite often. Things are called a bit tighter here in Kansas. You got to adjust to that, and you just got to live with it, you know. Can't complain every time you get a foul called on you. Now we got a whistle and a foul at the other end. Oh, carry the ball. So turnover on Jaylee Cornelius. And they're getting an offensive foul here on Fort Scott on Allie Brown. That'll be the fourth one on Allie. 56-48, 6:01 to play. In the fourth quarter. Cornelius has it, being guarded there by Gorman. Pass goes inside. Shot there is no good. Rebound loose, and it goes out of bounds to Fort Scott. Eight-point Lady Tiger lead. They've got the ball. Kick it to Keegan at the elbow. Runs through a couple of fakes. Now drives in. Step back. Shot there is good. Hit the front rim, but fell through. Lead back out to 10 at 58-48. Pass for Blue Springs goes to Haynes on the right side. Now we're loose, and they lose it out of bounds again. I think LaRae Robinson was the last one to touch it there. But either way, it's Fort Scott basketball. 5:07 to play. Brown with it. Pass deflected. It's in the backcourt, and it's going to be loose and out of bounds. .455 to go. Shot by Yark, no good. Put back is good, and the foul by Rogers. Foul's going to go on LaRae Robinson, her fourth. Free throw's no good, but the basket was. So 60-58. Shot there is no good. Keegan Yark grabbed the rebound for Fort Scott. Now they get it to Gorman in the corner. Long two, no good, and another foul is going to be called on Blue Springs after the shot was put up there. So foul's going to go on Caitlin Haynes, and if I'm correct, that's her fifth. Nope, it is just her fourth. Abby Gorman with free throws, and she'll make the first. Second one on the way. That one's also good. Gorman makes both of them. She now has 7 in this one. Three-pointer on the way. That one doesn't go. Keegan grabs the rebound, 62-48. Drive, shot just inside. The three-point line doesn't go, and now it looks like a foul going to be on Blue Springs. Nope, they're going to call it on Abby Gorman. They're going to call over the back on Abby Gorman. And Blue Springs thought it might go on Caitlin Haynes because of the box out there, but they're going to call it on Gorman. So that's the fourth one on Abby here. And that means Haynes will go to the free throw line here. First free throw is up and good for Haynes, 62-49. And she makes them both. Allie Brown works it up the floor. Brown trying to get some space in there. She'll drive in. Shot does not go. Rebound on the backside by Blue Springs. Now we got a whistle and carried it again. Fort Scott will inbound from half court. Actually going to move Keegan now right in front of her coaching staff, and Coach Stepp's going to call a timeout. 12-point lead for Fort Scott with 3:27 to go. Tigers take a full timeout here. Again, 3:27 left to go. Inbounds play comes in, and they're going to get a foul on Blue Springs. And if it's on Lorraine Robinson, that'll be her fifth. Callie-Ann Gruber will replace Robinson. Kylie at the free throw line for two. First one's a little bit strong. 3:25 to go in this one here. Fort Scott trying to take home third place. Second one, a little too short. Missed them both. Rebound, Blue Springs. Three-pointer for the Lady Wildcats. That one doesn't go. Rebound on the backside, and that should be, or at least in my book, it's Kylie Comstock's 10th rebound. So a double-double here for Kylie Comstock today. I've got her for 26 points and 10 rebounds, and missed the shot inside there. And Jayla Cornelius gets a point. He gets a bucket back for Blue Springs. Again, they're not out of it. 2:42 to go. It's a 10-point game. Keegan tries to get it inside to Kylie and lost it out of bounds. (62-52). Just under 2.5 to play in regulation time. Here's a three-pointer. That one's no good. Keegan grabbed the rebound, and then a foul going to be called on Blue Springs. Keegan will go to the line here for two. Missed the first. Second one by Keegan. That one's also no good. And knocked out of bounds. They say last touch by Fort Scott. So 62-52. Fort Scott still leading here. 2:15 to play in the fourth quarter. Cornelius gets it across the timeline, goes left side with it. Over there to Haynes, Cameron Haynes. Here's a three-pointer. That one no good. from Caitlin Haynes. And another Fort Scott rebound. And then tried to get a pass down the floor and stolen away. And Jayla Cornelius hits the bucket. And a timeout is going to be called by Blue Springs, I believe. With 1:47 to go. Fort Scott getting a little bit sloppy here in this late in this game today. That lead has been trimmed back to 8 now at 62-54. Need to handle that ball just a little bit better here. They were trying, it looked like they were trying to get a pass to J.C. Rogers and didn't see Jayla Cornelius in a position to be able to come and steal that ball away, and that's what happened. Bounce play comes into Keegan, and I'm going to say she dribbled it out of bounds. No, they're going to say Blue Springs touched it. Now Blue Springs has a chance to get upset here a little bit because the official that was right in front of it is the one that called it Blue Springs basketball off of Keegan. The one that came in and overruled him came from half court. But either way, it's Fort Scott basketball as Allie Brown gets it across the timeline. Got to handle the ball, run a little bit of clock here. And they're really trying to body up a lot. And Julia Wagner, that's about the 4th time she's complained about a call on her. It'll be her 4th foul. And again, like I said, in my experience, Missouri calls things a little bit more physical. Coach Spigarelli is upset and complaining about something down there. I can't quite hear it. And then Allie Brown, don't need to hear it, don't need to be paying attention to it. Allie Brown misses the free throw. Allie makes the second, missed the first, makes the second. Minute 25 to go. Foul's going to go on Abby Gorman, and that is Abby's 5th. So she'll have to come out. Looks like Fort Scott is going to sub in Claire McElroy for Abby. Abby upset with herself, but she's played a good tournament this week. Cornelius at the line. Makes the first. Second free throw on the way, and that one's also good. Fort Scott's got to get it in, work against this pressure. Again, Blue Springs not out of it yet. 7-point lead, and now another Fort Scott turnover. Down the court, shot there, no good. And another shot, no good, and nobody there to rebound for Fort Scott. Three-pointer on the way, that one also no good. Rebound inside by Kylie, and now we got a foul, looks like on Blue Springs. And a Lady Wildcat that is going to get the foul here. Took a tumble, and she's slow getting up. Fouls on Kennedy Smith, her 4th. Looks like she maybe got the wind knocked out of her just a bit. Looks like she's okay. She's going to come out for the moment, though. Caitlin Loggeman will check in. Kylie Comstock will be at the line here. And made the first one. Got them both. So 65-55. That lead back out to 10. 56. That lead back out to 9 for Fort Scott. Here's a three-pointer on the way. That one doesn't go for Julia Wegener. And now we got a whistle, and it looks like a jump ball is going to be called. Keegan York fighting for that one. And gets the jump ball. Inbounds play comes right to Keegan. She'll work down the floor, puts up a layup, and that one is good. Coach Steps hollering out, one of the coaches hollering out, don't foul, don't foul. Let this one play out a little bit if you're Fort Scott. Three-pointer, that one no good. Keegan had the rebound and then turned it over. Ten seconds to go. Now a foul on Blue Springs. Casey Rogers at the line, misses the first free throw. The foul was called on Caitlin Loggeman, her fourth. Second one, that one rolls around and falls through. So 68-58, 10-point lead for Fort Scott. Three-pointer, no good. Rebound picked up by Blue Springs. They'll kick it back around, 3 seconds to go. They'll try another one here. That one doesn't go either. And Fort Scott will take third place home from the Four-State Classic here in Frontenac. Final score 68-58, and Fort Scott defeats not just anybody, but they beat Blue Springs, a Class 6 team, I believe, from Missouri. On the Missouri side of Kansas City. And a big win for the Fort Scott Lady Tigers. And they'll do the presentation here of the third place trophy, it looks like, the third place plaque. As the Fort Scott Lady Tigers get the victory here tonight and take home third place. But Fort Scott takes home third place here. Let's run through the stats really quickly and get ready for the boys' game coming up in just a few moments. For Fort Scott, Kylie Comstock, 28 points. I had her for 11 rebounds. So a double-double for Kylie. Also Keegan, I had her with 18 points and 12 rebounds. So good performances from Kylie and from Keegan. Abby Gorman had 7. Allie Brown, 6. J.C. Rogers, 6. Raven Kegler, 2. Claire McElroy, 1. All adds up to 68. And a 10-point win for the Fort Scott Lady Tigers as they take home third place. Just got the photos there on the court, and that's something to be proud of for Fort Scott for sure. They came into a very tough tournament, had a tough loss yesterday to Nevada, but came back with a big win against Blue Springs here this morning. And looking forward to the rest of the season for the Fort Scott Lady Tigers as they get the win here today, 68-58. We'll go ahead and close off the broadcast here and turn around and get set up for the boys' game coming up next. So give us about 5 to 10 minutes. We'll get things refreshed, and then you can refresh your device that you're watching us on, and the boys' game should come up for you. So give us about 5 to 10 minutes. We'll get that ready for you as the Tiger boys take on Life Prep Academy out of Wichita in just a few moments. Again, final score, Fort Scott Lady Tigers 68, Blue Springs Lady Wildcats 58. Fort Scott takes home third place from the Frontenac Four States Classic. Thanks for watching. This has been Fort Scott Lady Tiger Basketball on Duckbait TV.